In the previous videos, we worked on relaxing this tense Andalusian horse at the walk and trot, step by step, with the same method. Today we reach the final challenge, the canter. If you haven't watched the previous parts yet, I recommend you do first. The links are in the description. Let's go.
Once we have them more or less comfortable at the walk and trot, then we move on to the canter. And at the canter is the same, always the same. You know, we do very few specific exercises with these horses. It's mostly just circles. Well, there are many exercises, but they're part of something that seems almost invisible. But right now I'm asking for shoulder in. And often it doesn't even truly become a shoulder in, one that maintains all three tracks, but it's more about the way he positions his leg and then flexes and manages his body, you know, seeking that specific exercise, an exercise of bending, of finding balance on the outside rein, and of freeing himself on the inside. Because another typical way of working with these horses is to tire them out a little on the lunge line, or to warm them up on the lunge line, or to take away a little bit of their energy. But that really shouldn't be the actual plan. The plan should be for him to use all of his energy, to work in a very organized way, and to listen attentively and to relax, because ultimately, you see, all of that tension comes from something specific. We really need to try and clear that mind.
And to get the horse to work comfortably and willingly, because I'm telling you that
horses like these have many advantages for later when you get to more advanced exercises, because later the more laid-back horses might lack that drive, that spirit, that spark to go just one step further, you know. That's why with this particular kind of horse, it's truly worth taking the necessary time to work with them and ultimately convince them.
Rather than just taming them, convince them now.
And here, in the canter, we're going to go, well, you know, it's all the same thing, little by little, sustaining it to take away the hurry. We hold it for a little while, we collect.
How do we meet? Let's sit down. This horse has energy.
For a horse normally, to achieve collection, you have to encourage it a little more, make its feet move faster. However, since this one is already a little too fast on its own, it's about us sitting down, maintaining a good position, keeping our back straight, and sinking a little into the saddle. That's it. Just a gentle touch of your voice, and let it truly sustain. Bring it all together many times. Remove any sense of rush, or simply yield and let it gently float there in the air. As long as he gives to himself, we leave him be. We do nothing. We don't give him anything. We want to make him understand that when he's relaxed, it's okay. All right, it's starting to pick up speed now. We're going to sit him, we're going to sit him down just a little. We sit ourselves upright, our chest held high, our hands maintaining a gentle lateral contact, never pulling them back. Very well. The moment the hip drops down and the foot passes us, we then yield.
We gather. When things get out of control, we hold a meeting. When things get out of control, we always hold a meeting. It's a group.
We are going to switch to the other hand now. Oh.
And there, he already has a different attitude.
But as you can see, he's always paying very close attention to everything around him, and a little bit difficult to handle, you say, with the rider.
It's on the right-hand side. It's a bit like the way you'd handle a young wild horse, spirited, unbroken colt.
We must not impose ourselves. Never try to impose ourselves on them, on this kind of horse.
You know, it's the kind of horse that, for me personally, I truly appreciate horses like that. Horses that really give you their absolute all once you are capable of connecting with them and truly understanding them. Here he seems not to understand and takes a bit of a stand against me. But well, little by little, by working at it, positioning his front foot underneath, the inside underneath, then when a horse trots like this one right now, and it's not letting me collect it, you should never get into a fight or pull or argue with it. You're like, you do your own thing, I'll do my own. And you keep on asking him, let him do whatever he wants. You're asking for it. Just insisting.
The front leg, insist. I don't want to be the one who gets tired.
Right there, and now give it a gentle tap and then stroke it. That's right. Because we often succumb to the temptation when the horse starts to pull on the bit to react by pulling back or by moving the contact too much. Keep him still, and let him be the one to figure out where he can truly find his own comfort zone. And it's super important at that very moment to relieve, that is, to give him a reward by taking all the pressure off.
I am right here. I insist. He tells me no. Continue with my inside leg and my own thing. Now he gives me a little, I caress.
We'd settle for little, but better nothing. Something has to appear.
We need to see some kind of positive sign from it. There, that's good. It's getting longer than it was before.
It is a specific request from the horse for... Clearly, if it cannot find the rider's aids, it has to think that it's its own doing. I mean, that it's applying the contact, it's doing it by itself. I mean, it shouldn't associate it with the rider. That's why, once the horse makes the decision to flex or to decontract, the rider must be extremely skillful not to continue applying any pressure. At that precise moment, you must remove all pressure completely. And then once again, he says to me, wow, I'm the one who's pulling myself. And that's something that tends to stick with him. It really gets imprinted in his mind forever. All right, that's why, as I mentioned earlier, if the horse pulls, the rider pulls, and the horse pulls, the rider pulls back on him, well, the horse already knows that this clearly associates a fight with the rider. The other way, it's a moment where he thinks he made a mistake, and that's it. All right, well, what I'm doing here is all exactly the same, you see? My hands are just a little bit shifted inward to properly support their back, and I maintain my front leg. I'm really leaning heavily on my front leg, my seat very far back, very deep, and my shoulders back. And your hand still. Now the contact must be a hold, not a pull, so that when the horse loosens, your hand doesn't move back. Not at all, not even a little.
Contact is like we would be pushing a wall constantly. We can see how his attitude has already changed significantly.
Still, as we've discussed, it's a challenge that's going to take a lot of work, and this won't be corrected, not in 1 month nor in 2, but this is the only path we have. In this way, we will surely be able to transform a tense horse into a horse full of energy, knowing how to convert that tension into usable energy. That is indeed the secret.
And with this we close the series. We worked the walk, the trot and the canter with the same method, patience, consistency and understanding the horse. If you enjoyed it, like the video and subscribe. From Spain, we'll keep showing you how we work the Iberian horse horses, Andalusian and Lusitano, with a method rooted in respect and classical dressage. See you in the next video.